It's Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tracy Armstrong, owner-operator of North Pittsburgh Greeting Company, the area's premier welcome wagon service, welcoming all the new homeowners to the ever-growing North Pittsburgh area. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Angela Turo of Turo Family Chiropractic, located in the North Hills section of the Pittsburgh area. How are you doing today, Angela?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, good. Did you enjoy this beautiful sunny fall weekend that we had?
I know. Wasn't it absolutely gorgeous?
It's beautiful. And I think we're going to start seeing fewer and fewer of them. So we all need to take advantage and get outside and get that fresh air into our lungs, because pretty soon old man winter is going to hit us soon.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today, is because exercise and how it keeps your body going. And again, with old man winter approaching us, a lot of people tend to give up exercise. They don't even want to get up in the early morning to go to the gym because it's just too cold or whatnot. And especially in the colder parts of our country, people tend to get a little bit more sedate in the winter months. And Turo Family Chiropractic this month is having their monthly health topic. Each month you have a monthly health topic, and this topic, September, is what, Angela?
So we're really focusing on adaptation, and that is basically your body's ability to respond to different stimuli, grow, change. So we grow and adapt every single day. A perfect example of how our body naturally adapts is to temperature. So when we get hot, we sweat. And that's just a natural response so that our body can help control the temperature, because it's very important that our body maintains what's called homeostasis when it comes to our temperature. And so that's just one simpler example of adaptation. But another one, like you mentioned, is exercise. And adaptation and exercise go hand in hand and are so important. So that's something that we absolutely have focused on a lot this month, talking about adaptation.
Great. And exercise as adaptation is an interesting concept. What does that mean exactly?
So basically, like I said, when you're adapting to something, it's your body responding, growing, figuring out a new way. So, we hear about adaptation a lot in the animal world, how animals have adapted to different environments. Animals that live in the hot know how to live in the hot. Animals that live in the cold are comfortable in those climates. So when we exercise, it's a very stressful, taxing stimulus for the body. So what that means is, in the short term, it's actually sort of a harmful thing for the body. But in the long term, what your body does is it adapts and it grows and it's able to get stronger. So that's how we do things like build muscle, how our heart gets stronger, our lungs get stronger. All of those are adaptations to that stressful stimulus, which is the exercise. So without our body having that ability to adapt and grow, actually exercise would be very detrimental. But because our body has that ability to adapt and grow, it becomes a very beneficial thing, and we get stronger, faster. Our heart gets stronger, our lungs get stronger, we build muscle. So those are all adaptations to exercise.
And when you talk about exercise, there's so many different facets of exercise. Some people enjoy their every morning 1 hour cardio class. Other people just really like to get, men and women, Angela, I don't want to say just women, just men and women, like to just lift and just build those muscles and just do the strength training. And other people you see at the different gyms, whether it be here, there, anywhere, you see them just doing cardio every day. You see people who only go to the gym, you see people who only bike ride outside, whatnot. Angela, why is it a good thing to constantly change up your exercise routine?
Absolutely. And like you said, when you're focusing on a specific area, you will get better, stronger, faster in that particular area. So people who only run will become very efficient runners. People who only lift will become stronger, have more muscle mass. The problem is our bodies need all of those things. We need a strong heart, we need strong lungs, we need strong muscles. We need all of those things to be strong, healthy individuals. So when you only focus on one area, those other areas are going to be neglected. And it's not like any type of exercise is going to make you overall stronger. You have to focus in specifically. So, if you do a type of exercise that taxes all of those systems, that's great. So for example, I do kickboxing. So with kickboxing, your heart rate's up, so it's working the cardiovascular system. You're also building muscle because of the resistance of hitting the bag. You're working on flexibility. We stretch at the end of class, plus there's a lot of flexibility with the movements during class. So by doing that, you can hit all of those different areas. But like you said, if you're somebody who likes to just go to the gym and lift weights, that's great, but then you want to make sure that you're also getting some type of cardio in there, days where you're getting the heart rate up a little bit more, you're getting that sweat going so that your heart and lungs aren't suffering just because you want to have bigger, stronger muscles, which is fine, but you don't want to neglect your heart and your lungs because those are obviously very important as well. And same thing for the avid runners. A lot of runners are afraid to lift weights because they don't want to, quote unquote, bulk up. But by neglecting weightlifting, you might actually do more damage than good because, running can be very detrimental to the joints. So by lifting, you can build up the muscle a little bit more, which protects the joints a little bit more and can actually help you improve. So it's one of those things where we think about the way elite athletes train, and sometimes in our minds as the average person, we think, oh, I want to look like that or train like that. But unless you are an elite athlete following a very specific training regimen for your very specific competition, you really want to make sure you're getting a well-rounded exercise regimen so that you're taking care of yourself, improving your health as much as possible, not just trying to be, the fastest runner or the, most buff person in the gym, but actually focusing overall on your body, getting stronger, healthier, being a more adaptive person.
And again, and if you just run or you just lift weights, your body is going to get used to that. And it's going to expect that every day. So you're going to stop shocking your body, and it's just going to become muscle memory, something your body's just going to get used to doing. So after a while, your body just expects you to run every day or expects you to lift every day. So you're actually going to stop seeing results because your body's just become accustomed to running.
Exactly. And exactly like you said, there's nothing wrong with going for a run every day. If you enjoy that, but like you said, you will stop seeing progression, because that's what progression really is, adaptation. So to progress, you have to continue to have that stimulus. But like you said, if you run every single day, it's going to stop being a stressor on the body. So you're going to stop growing and adapting. But by mixing things up, maybe adding in some sprints or adding some hills, or again, going and lifting weights, all of those things are going to allow you to continue to grow and improve. And actually, that's where a lot of people run into issues, because they just do the same thing every day. And then all of a sudden, maybe, and people exercise for different reasons, but, classic example is somebody who, went from being completely sedentary. They start walking on a regular basis, and maybe they start to lose some weight and they get really excited. But then after a few weeks of that, they're like, well, I'm not losing weight anymore. And that's because going from doing nothing to walking was a stressor on the body. So that was enough to build muscle. That was enough to grow and get stronger. But eventually, walking is just going to become an everyday thing. It's going to become too easy. So you're going to have to increase that, whether that's adding in, increasing the pace, or increasing the intensity, which would be like adding the hills, stairs, using weights, things like that. So that's the issue, is when you stop seeing results, whatever those results are, whether it's to get faster, get stronger, get leaner, but whatever the results are you're looking for, when you stop seeing that progression, something needs to change. You need to increase your duration, you need to increase your intensity, or you need to mix up the type of exercise that you're doing, because when you stop seeing those results, that means your body has fully adapted to that, and it's no longer a true stressor, a true stimulus for change.
Yes, and I myself have been guilty of that.
Oh yeah,
I prefer to go in with my headphones on and lift,
mm-hmm.
And there are days I have to say, Tracy, you haven't done cardio in 3-4 days. So we're all, because you actually start to enjoy that one specific exercise. That's that hour a day where you're not a mom, you're not an employee, you're not a business owner. That's that time for yourself. And that time for myself is the headphones in, lifting. It's a good way for me to get aggression out, because we all have
Absolutely. Why do you do kickboxing?
Yeah. So, and I have to say to myself, Tracy, it's time to do cardio or time to do this. And I'm the first person to admit, I go to the Cranberry YMCA, Rosie Schneider YMCA every single day. I love working out. I love doing it 90% mentally, 10% physically, because it's really good for you. But I'm the first person to admit, I really do. I should be taking more walks through my neighborhood. I should be taking more hikes, but I'm that person who I need to be in that confined space. So it is good to mix it up. And another thing about mixing it up is now a lot of people are still choosing to have a home-based lifestyle and don't feel comfortable even going to the parks where there's a lot of people, a high population. They don't feel, a lot of people, it's North Pittsburgh area, folks. So everybody knows McConnell's Mills. That's people in the North Pittsburgh area, that's where we go to get our hike in. And a lot of people don't feel comfortable going there because even during the pandemic, goodness gracious, it was just so crazy up there. My husband and I went a few times, and there's a lot of people on the walking trail. So it is hard. So, what are some things people can do to continue to exercise through home? What are some things people can do? And Angela, you're hearing a lot of Peloton being backed up. It's hard to get weight. It's hard to get even a jump rope. You even go to Walmart into their little weight at home exercise section. Everything's sold out. Do you have any ideas? Somebody's like, boy, I haven't worked out in months. I do not feel comfortable walking at the park. I don't feel comfortable going to my local gym. What can somebody can do to stay in shape in their homes?
Absolutely. Well, what's amazing is our bodies are a great exercise tool. So there are so many body weight things that you can do that work the entire body. So things like push-ups, sit-ups, squats, just doing step-ups. So getting a chair or a stool, stepping up and down. I mean, that's going to work the legs, the glutes, all of those lower body muscles. Doing things like holding a plank. All of these things can be done that require absolutely no equipment and can get a full body workout. And what's great is I was actually, for a client, was looking up some different workout routines and just kind of seeing what was out there. There are so many free exercise routines on YouTube if you go on there, and you can find whatever equipment you might have lying around. Just type that into YouTube. Exercise videos with blank, a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a Bosu ball, whatever it is you might happen to have lying around, and you can find an entire workout routine, or with no equipment at all. There's ones that are out there that are just, some circuit training that's all just body weight exercises. So it truly is whatever you have, you can find a way to do it. You can find stuff that's high intensity interval training if you like that. You can find stuff that's low impact if you have joint issues or neighbors below you like I do. So I try to avoid jumping up and down, but so you can really fine tune. And I know you were saying a lot of equipment is sold out right now, and I know because that's going to be, I would say, my favorite number one thing if you are going to purchase anything would be a resistance band with handles. So I know I got these on Amazon a while ago, and as far as I know, they are back on there, but they're just
they are, because the Welcome Wagon lady just purchased them through Amazon.
Yeah. So this is such a great home-based tool. It has different weights on it. The weights are listed right on there. They have the handles that attach. And what's amazing is you can get a whole variety of weights from one. It comes in a little pouch, so it takes up literally no space in your home. And you can hit all the major muscle groups. Really great. I like those for the upper body because you can do things like bicep curls, attach it to a door, and do, chest pulls and chest press. And it's really, really great to hit all those muscles. And then my more recent purchase, which I absolutely am in love with, are the Infinity bands. So these ones go you can do around your legs, and can really up the intensity of, squats, lunges, side steps, things like that, to really hit those lower muscles a lot more. So those would be more.
In fact, my crazy neighbors during the quarantine saw me with my band going up and down the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, that you do those on a hill.
What's that crazy woman doing now?
Oh yeah, and I think that's what's so actually kind of fun and exciting right now, is that people are more understanding that people are looking for creative ways to be active. So whereas in the past people might be like, why is that person out there with now it's just kind of like, oh, look at that, like look at that creative thing. and who knows, maybe you'll inspire somebody to try that out and find a creative way.
And can I add one that I would like to add, and I think you're going to get a kick out of this, Angela, is for all of you moms out there whose kids still have scooters in the garage. You might have one that's been collecting dust in the garage because your kid hasn't used it. Moms, pull that scooter out. Go on just a slight incline of a hill in your neighborhood, and just scoot up and scoot down. Ladies, a good bum and thigh workout. I'm telling you, it looks real cute when you're 5 on that scooter, but when you're in your 40s doing that scooter, goodness gracious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And my neighbors got a kick out of me. I pulled out that old scooter, but it gets your heart going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah. Another one, if you have kids, trampolines are another one that, kids are on all the time, but my nephews just had a little birthday party for them over the weekend. And we had a bounce house. I was in the bounce house for probably 10 minutes and my heart rate's through the roof. I'm sweating. I mean, you forget how exhausting those things are that kids just do naturally. Yeah. But so yeah, if you have access to a trampoline or something like that, whether it's a big one in the backyard or one of those smaller ones in the house, that is a really easy way to get some cardio in, works the muscles a little bit too. But that's something, if you can get a small one of those, put in front of the TV and just, jump for 30 minutes while you're watching a TV show, that's going to really help get some cardio into your day as well.
It really does. And Angela, you have a blog. Could you tell us about it, please?
Oh yeah, so we have, there's actually, if you look on our website under the Healthy Living blog, you can search for different things. There's one that I wrote a while ago. If you just search for resistance bands, and we'll post the link as well. But that one actually shows basically how to work every muscle group with that resistance band that I just showed you. So if you purchase them and then you're like, now what? I don't know what to do with these. That would be a good one to look at. And then there's just one that talks a little bit more about exercise and adaptation that we were talking about today. So, why exercise is important, why it's important to make sure that you are working out at an appropriate intensity, and making sure that you are getting that adaptation. So we'll post both of those for you guys.
Yes, we will. Everybody, so if anybody's interested in reading Angela's blog, you can find that on www.turofamilychiropractic.com, and the blog is in there. So Angela Turo, it was a pleasure speaking with you again today. Again, after this interview, we will post ways to get in touch with Angela. She's just a wonderful person. She believes with working with what you have to make yourself healthier. She has some great advice. So Angela Turo of Turo Chiropractic, again, thank you for talking to us today about a very important subject, exercise. It's very good for you mentally and very good for you physically, especially through these really just strange and difficult times we're living in. A good workout can just keep you mentally and physically sane, for lack of a better word.
So absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Exactly. So everybody, thank you for watching. This was Tracy Armstrong, owner, operator of North Pittsburgh Greeting Company, the area's welcome wagon service, and we are the key to making the first impression. Thank you.
Thanks.